There are many different forms, iconographic forms of Avalokiteshvara, both in the Sutra tradition and in the Tantric traditions. In the Tantric traditions, the forms of the iconographic forms are far more fixed. They're static. Whereas in the Sutra traditions, the Avalokiteshvara can be depicted in very dynamic ways that is suitable to express the feeling or the content of a narrative from a sutra. The Tantras are not that way. Tantras, the figures are static. They're fixed. And we actually have 6 main forms that Avalokiteshvara takes. Now, these 6 main forms are what is most popular in art. And they are Mogapasha, Chaturbhuja, 11 faces, 1,000 arms, Jinasagara, Kasarpana, and Simhanada. Now, the Mogapasha is the unfailing lasso. The Chaturbhuja, Chatra is 4, Bhuja arms, the 4-armed Lokeshvara. 11 faces, 1,000 arms, self-explanatory. Jinasagara is the ocean of conquerors. Kasarpana is the sky-flying form of Lokeshvara. And Simhanada is the lion's roar. These are really the main forms of Lokeshvara that one finds in painting, sculpture, and murals. So for the Chaturbhuja, for the 4-armed form, this is extremely popular. This actually, out of all of the 6 most popular forms, the Chaturbhuja, the 4-armed one-face form, may be the most common that you find in art. Now, there's a number of different variations of this Chaturbhuja Lokeshvara. The original source text for this is the Karandavyuha Sutra, where the mantra is given, Om Mani Padme Hum, and Lokeshvara is described in a 3 deity form, and also there's mention of a simple mandala configuration. So, really, this is the earliest, and this is what we find in old sculpture from India as well, and Nepal, is this Karandavyuha 3 deity Chaturbhuja. But we also have more of possibly a Tibetan version that claims to come from the Karandavyuha, the Zamatok Manikabum form of the one-face 4-armed. And the difference with this in art, it's identical, except the Zamatok form wears a tiger skin skirt, whereas the Karandavyuha form does not. It's all just heavenly garments. There's nothing wrathful. A tiger skin skirt is considered more wrathful. So we do find this in painting and sculpture. Now, then we have from the King's tradition. The King's tradition is also an early Tibetan form, likely going back to the Zamatok, the Manikabum as well, and it's the 11 Deity Mandala. So it's basically the 4-armed Avalokiteshvara surrounded by 10 deities with Avalokiteshvara in the middle. Then we have again, the same identical deity, white in color, 1 face, 4 arms, but surrounded by 12 deities. And that's the Mitragyatsa tradition. Then we have the 23 deity, again coming out of the Tibetan King's tradition. Now, aside from those, we do have a 1 face, 4 arm that's blue. So it's basically the same deity, but blue in color, and this is coming out of a revealed treasure tradition. Then we have 1 face, 4-armed, but in a standing posture. Up until now, all of the figures have been seated in Vajra posture. Then we have also the many different paintings of Avalokiteshvara, 1 face, 4-armed, placed in a Pure Land scene, the Putalika Pure Land. A very popular topic. Now, there are some other forms of 1 face, 4-armed, or at least 4-armed Avalokiteshvara. We have the red Lokeshvara, We have the standing eye-clearing Lokeshvara, and then we have the red Jinasagara, because he also has the same basic appearance. The only thing is it could be red or it could be white. So we include Jinasagara here because it could be confusing not to. But then we also have a Mogapasha, which is one of the six, just as Jinasagara is one of the six main forms of Mogapasha. But a Mogapasha has a three-faced, four-armed form, which is very similar to the basic Chaturbhuja, the basic one-faced, four-armed form of Avalokiteshvara. So it's good to break up the different types of iconography into different appearances, and of the six appearances, the Chaturbhuja is one of the main ones, if not the most common found in art. One face, two-armed, one face, four-armed, white in color, seated in Vajra posture.